Howdy, Possum Patty here, and it's time for a Friday flip through. Come on along. Okay, the journal that I picked up off of the shelf over there is the garden journal. Now this is just all about my yard and my garden. But I finished this a while back, so I thought I'd do a flip through of this one because the sister journal is not quite finished yet. But I'm going to talk about it. Okay, I brought a pile of journals over here because before I do my chatty flip through of this journal, I just want to talk about the journals for a couple minutes. Now these two journals are like sister journals. They both have sort of the same kind of cover. It is like mailing bubble envelope covered with fabric. They both have wooden pieces that I painted. This one has a separate ribbon to close it. I gotta move it out of the way because TT's in here. And this one has an attached tie that's sewn into, she's already grabbing them, sewn into the cover. So this one has, I picked out this material with the pink and white and purple flowers, and then I painted this mason jar with the flowers to match that material. Match that material. Added a little bit of trim and lace on there. Just made a pretty garden journal. Now this has 3 signatures in it. 3 signatures, and each signature has, let's see, 1, 2, 3 sheets. 3 sheets. So that is like 12, 24, 36 pages. I thought that would be enough for start off a gardening journal. And if you notice, this one did not get too chunky. I mean, it stayed like perfect. Not quite the alligator mouth that this one is. And I did this one a little bit different. This one only has 2 signatures in it. I painted the bee on the cover to match the little bees on the material. And this one has, like I said, two signatures with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because this is just like daily journaling, and lots of play, lots of journaling play in this one. So this one turned out to be a lot fatter than that one. Still a couple more pages to go yet even. So you can see that this one is chunkier than that one. All right, so I started this experiment back early in the year in making a couple of different journals and deciding that this will be for journaling and this one would be for garden. And I usually don't do a specific theme for inside the journal. I usually do a theme for the cover and maybe some of the papers, but then I cosmic smash everything into the journal. For instance, if you're new to my channel, you probably haven't seen my Sandy Toes and Salted Kisses summer journal from last year. It actually has a diorama on the cover with a real seahorse, real shells, and seaweed, and sea glass, and shells, a little mermaid down there, razor clam there. So this is an altered notebook. And even though it is the summer journal with the beach theme, I did smash everything into here and not just the beach. So there's all the different, here's the beach, but there's all the different journaling. Like for instance, there's the nature journaling, and the yard, what's going around the yard. So some memory keeping, you know, me and my food journaling, and I'm always journaling about oatmeal, aren't I? Okay, some memory journaling there, some memory, some nature, some memory, some nature, some garden. I harvest the lavender. Friends sent us a postcard. More memory, memory. Just some journaling. We went out to lunch and we went to visit somewhere. And June birds and ice cream at the end. So this is a little bit beach, but mostly just like summer activities. Okay. So this was last year. So I'm going to put that aside for a minute because this year, in my endeavor to do separate journals like garden journal, beach journal, I made this mermaid's tail journal. And I was just going to put all things beach. And this has got a magnet in there that opens up, okay. Started it, and this is about the mermaid's purse here. And I did a few pages in here. I have a lot more to do. I did take a lot of photos down the beach, and they're gonna all go in here. But as you noticed, I haven't got very far yet. But I will. No rush. So this will be all beach. But now that the garden journal is full, I'm putting my garden pictures into my Wonders of Nature little golden book, which started off with just the nature around, and got frogs and trees and berries and birds and nature. So now the garden journaling, the black-eyed Susans are going in here, and the pumpkin plants in here, and the sunflowers, and mixing it up with some nature, and there's some memory keeping in here, but it's nature, my nature memory keeping. And here's my zinnias I planted for the butterflies. So so this one is a mishmash now of nature and garden. There's my elderberries. And not just nature. And then I made one that is, so these two are not done. These will get flipped throughs when they're done. And this one I just started because I was just so into making journal covers, I guess. And again, this is Dollar Tree fabric with a bubble envelope. I did some hand stitching, some machine stitching, Dollar Tree flowers, Dollar Tree Hello Autumn painted and covered in Dollar Tree glitter. And this is autumn journaling. So, but all kinds of autumn journaling, autumn events, and it's, you know, be the season journaling in here. And I didn't make this one very big either because it was just for autumn. So now here's my thinking. Okay, I experimented with making these sort of single subject, smaller journals. And I love them, don't get me wrong, I love them. But I do have more fun when I cosmically smash everything into one journal. So in other words, in the Hello Autumn, I can put, you know, the daily journaling, the nature journaling, the garden journaling. Well, not the garden journaling until I fill this one up. So I'm going to finish this with nature journaling and garden journaling, and then that'll be done. But then after that, if I have any more autumn nature journaling and garden journaling, it'll go in here along with the daily journaling. And I will probably just put summer in here. I think we made 8 trips to the beaches in Rhode Island. So I'll probably have enough just to fill this up because it's not very big. And if I don't, I'll just put some memory keeping in here too. Some beach memory keeping maybe. Yeah, so that was my little experiment this year. And I think I'm loving smashing everything into one book, finishing it, and then starting a new one. So that might be the plan going forward into 2023. Soon, when I get all these other ones done. I have an October one started last year that I'll do after I do my September one. That's this one. So let me get that. So I got this started last October or last fall sometime, and I made it from a box of Harry Potter collectible figures. I didn't buy the figures, I just got the carton that they came in from the store. But I did have Harry Potter material. I think I got this at Walmart or somewhere. And I did some sort of fall and funny. There's a big giant cluster. Oh, here's another art doll. So I'm putting in here not only like Halloween, but also humorous. I'll get letters in here from people. Oh, Dolores, here's that card I was telling you about, Dolores. The card from the Ozarks that my uncle made. He designed this way back, way back, way back. This is 1963. Jefferson City up there. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri. He drew this and then he put these pictures in the background. And then they're numbered. And it tells you on here what they are. Current River is number 3, which you can't really see. Oh, here's number 3, Current River. Those are my relatives down in the Ozarks. Oh, and there's another art doll. All right, well, I'm not going to flip through this now, even though that's what I'm doing, right? Yeah, fun stuff. Oh, this is from Crafter Deidre. We did a swap and glue. I crocheted on a page. Day of the Dead. So I was just putting fun stuff in here. So, there's Harry Potter. So there's a bit in here that, got interactive pages, wiggle worm here. I was really having fun in this journal, just trying everything out, Oh, this is so much fun. Okay, I made a pocket there. Okay, yeah, so you'll be seeing this probably pretty shortly with October kind of journaling. Oh, I think this was a, is this a swap and glue too? Yeah, I think that was a swap and glue too. Swap and glues in here. All right, everything. Like I said, cosmically smash things into a journal. So this will be making a reappearance. Possum Patty. Oh, there's Possum Patty. That's me, Possum Patty, doing a Possum Patty program. Talking to the little kids over at the nature place. Funny. And there's a guy with a possum. Anyway, this is crazy. This is a crazy journal, I know. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I love this. This is the never-ending journaling card. This is my son, Possum Jr. Isn't that fun? I learned how to do that last year. Last year. All right. So let me get this out of the way. Yeah. So this is going to be the October one, but I think I will start cosmically smashing things into the journals and finishing them up after I do this one and this one and this one. All right, so these will get done, and then I'm going to start to cosmically smash again. And this one. So these two will be next for fall. Okay, enough of that. Let's go back to the garden journal. and move these journals out of the way like that. So I talked about the cover. And I found this image and I loved it. And I changed the name that I was calling our property. I was calling it Muddy Acres. And then I changed the name to Soggy Bottom because I really love that soggy bottom. We're kind of at the bottom of the road and we are soggy. We are a bog. And it is hard growing things in the bog, let me tell you. I have some ribbon, some rickrack, some lace. And this was a flower on a piece of material that I embroidered on. Because I was starting to get into doing some of the slow stitching and I was practicing French knots and different ways of doing flowers. So I just stuck it there. Have a pocket. And this was just an extra packet of Morning Glories. And this was, there was a packet of seeds in here. Mothers plant the seeds of faith, hope, and love. My sister's cousin got this at church back on Mother's Day with the seeds in it. So, you know, I just thought that was nice. And a packet of seeds right in there. This one's too big. It was a different packet, but that's okay. All right, so this is all gardening, but I try to make it fun and not just like, you know, journaling about your garden, but to make it very visual. And here I have the seed pack for the Cardinal Climber. And when I was starting the seeds, and I wrote down some information about it on the back and made the tag and put it in the seed packet. And I have some information back there about it too. And then this is a, it's hard to see, but it's a little sprout right there. That's what they look like when they come up. I started them in the house. I just put pink and yellow. I saw that combination, somebody do a pink and yellow, and I really liked it. So I decided to try some pink and yellows in the journal. And I had painted this card. I saw somebody do this technique, and I really loved it. And I said, oh, I'll have to do that. So, yeah, so I remember how to do it. Remember, not that I've done it since then, but it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun painting these and adding the little gold touches. And this one was about back in March when I was trimming the roses. And the mini roses already started to get their leaves. But I was trimming the rose bushes and hoping I didn't kill them, and I didn't kill them. Big butterflies, these are all from Dollar Tree. Made a belly band and with a Dollar Tree zinnia there. Again, using the seed packets for pockets. Pockets. And here I am using some muffin tins to start the nasturtium. I'm talking about how you have to, the seeds need scarification, where you have to kind of nick the seeds or soak them or something before they can get them to germinate. Learning about that, starting the nasturtiums, which came out really good. And then the Morning Glories. Again, soaking the seeds there. And I love this paper, how it's layered, those colors with the purple swans are so pretty. Okay, and this is just finding some little violas growing in the yard. And I got a little Dollar Tree teapot with some pansies and violas there. Nice green and purple spread, the first day of spring. These are Dollar Tree stickers. And what I did was I trimmed my daisy bush. I'm calling it a bush. I know it's a daisy flower, but it grows like a big bush. And I trimmed it and I started, I stuck the tops. I like snipped the tops off and stuck them in the dirt. And they actually grew. They actually grew. I put in a quote, "Nobody can keep on being angry if she looks into the heart of a pansy for a while." And here's a picture of the pansies that I bought back in March. And here's my morning glory sprouting up. And the background here are dried veronica and lavender and a fern. And I got Mod Podge and like tissue paper, Mod Podge, and glitter. And glitter Mod Podge. I don't know, all kinds of things. Just playing around in the book, having fun. Got a picture of my nasturtium seed sprouting. I love this page with the yellow. I kind of decorated it with my pen, just doodling. These little miniature daffodils came up by the stone wall. And these are daffodils from the Dollar Tree. I added these leaves on from scrapbook paper. I made their stems ribbons. And I put Dollar Tree jewels in the center. April 13th, the blue skies, sunny yellow forsythia, and pink creeping phlox, and lots of die-cut flowers with lots of half rounds from the Dollar Tree. More Dollar Tree butterflies, more daffodils. These are transplanted. They were behind the shed. I put them out in the pot. And I found this information about the nasturtiums, and I put them out in the garden, and they did well over there. And here I am doing something. Here I am. Oh, I saved the runner beans from last year's crop, and I kept them outside all winter. Some of them survived, and so I was planting those. And I'm also planting zinnias. Zinnias. I do zinnias a little bit late because I like it warm. And this is about, I bought some lavender plants at the Walmart. I made a little spot for them. And all 6 of them are doing well. I'm just waiting to see how they do over winter. This is from a Kleenex box, because it's not a junk journal. It should get some junk in there. I love this paper. It's from Michael's. And I found a salamander while I was gardening. And it is a red-backed salamander. And I put the information about it on the back. And when I make pockets, I love to do a wiggly edge. And of course, I just stressed it with pink. I sewed that on with the machine. And this side is distressed in purple. This is from the Edith Holden Diary of an Edwardian Lady, Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. And I have in here the lilac buds and then blooming for Mother's Day. Right there. And on this side I have journaled about the ruby-throated hummingbird, because I always put up hanging pots for them. They come to the porch. And I made a little booklet with the information about the hummingbird. This is a sticker fern there. Goes in that little pocket. And this is from one of those old Peterson magazines, ladies magazines, and I just Mod Podged it on there, and I liked it because it looked like a bachelor giving a flower to the lady in the garden. And this was about my bachelor buttons, which always gets stuck in here. There we go, it's kind of tight. And here's another illustration from the magazine, and just there's 2 guys talking, bachelor buttons, and just me when I started the seeds. I think I started some of these kind of late this year. This pocket's kind of tight, but it does go in. Somebody gifted me these baby bok choy, and I love the seed packet that it came in. And they sprouted. They did well. And I did these are these snippet rolls? I don't know what you call these. Clusters, not really clusters, snippet roll. Somebody gifted me this, and I added to it a little bit with these little wooden die cuts, laser cuts from the Dollar Tree. And also put it on top of this burlap ribbon. But somebody else made these. And just journaling about some spring flowers, columbine, bleeding heart, leopard's bane, and forget-me-nots. And this page was about the viburnums blooming and information about the viburnums. And I did use the foam tape to make this a little bit more three-dimensional, the flowers and the butterfly. I think this is a Tim Holtz. And this I cut out from the scrapbook paper. I purchased this book. It's a reproduction of a vintage book. But I loved it because she was gardening. I think it's Betsy's garden. And I found these little images of these girls with the sunflowers. Not the sunflowers. Black-eyed Susans on their heads. So I had to put it here about the Black-eyed Susan. So this is like a tip-in, open-up page, flip page. And this is when the Black-eyed Susans first came up. And I was cleaning up the garden. I got these little stickers on there. And this was about making a trellis for the Morning Glories. That did not go so well. The Morning Glories, these photos are from, these paintings are from Edith Holden. And the photo is the trellis that I made. And I planted these little Morning Glories there. But I think the snails ate some, and then some did survive and start growing up the trellis. And then Mr. Possum says he thinks the deer came and ate them. And there's the packet of seeds. This is a double pocket here. I bought these beautiful dahlias at Walmart. And, oh, that's my receipt for my plants right there. And I was talking about how expensive plants were this year. And the first zinnia blooming on July 17th. This is what it looked like May 26th when I first put them out. They're hard to see. They're just these little tiny green things down there. I cut these butterflies out of this piece of paper and added them on the top there. And this opens up. It's got a little tab. And this is when they started blooming. They're much bigger than that now, of course. I did a page about my roses, my beautiful red knockout roses. And the dianthus bloomed. It was beautiful, and then something came and ate all the flowers. I'm telling you, I love this gold leafy vine ribbon. I bought a little bit at the flea market. I should find more. And here's when I was starting my pumpkins. I think I started them too late because I didn't plant them out until June 8th. And yeah, June 8th. And now we're into September. And all the farmers have these big orange pumpkins. And mine are not ripe yet. They are not ripe yet. And here's the kind of sunflowers that I started. And they're dwarf. They're still pretty big, but they're dwarf. And I got these because there are only 75 days to bloom time. Some of them are like 90 and 100. And this is a picture of me back on the farm in Pennsylvania with my sunflower field with 1,000 sunflowers there. And some journaling about the farm in Pennsylvania. I'll put playlists below for all these journals that I'm talking about if you're interested. And hearing the story about every page. This is the rattleweed. Beautiful purple lupine-like flowers on it. And then the last page, this is from Edith Holden, July. Mr. Possum driving his tractor up the street to get the mail, which I thought was funny. So I didn't put too many pages in here, and I didn't get too crazy with decorating them, although I did do, have fun on several of these pages, even though this is just about the garden. I did a few different things in here to make it a little bit more interesting and fun. So I love how it came out. I'm not sad that I did separate journals at all, but I might or might not do this next year. I can't promise myself anything because who knows what I'll feel like doing next year. I might be like, oh, I want to make separate journals, or I might be like, oh, I want a Cosmic Smash. So we'll just have to wait and see. But right now my feeling is to Cosmic Smash. So I just want to thank you for coming along for this chatty, thinking about my journals and my journaling procedures and flipping through. And that's not done yet, but it'll get there. And I got a lot to put in this one yet. And a lot to do in that one, but that's okay. Right now we're busy doing things, and then I know days will come we'll just be inside and I'll have more time to journal in these journals. So, thanks for coming along today. Did I say that already? That's okay. I can thank you twice. And happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.